This is a Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll with headlines and punchlines for Friday, August 21st, 2026, the 579th day of the Sex Offender Administration. Donald Trump this week promised an economic D-Day and a crushing operation to cripple Iran. Iran responded, quote, "The so-called economic D-Day is a diversion from America's own crisis, unprecedented debt and surging interest costs. Doubling down on failed policies will only bring further defeat." Damn, Iran may as well have said, "That all you got, bitch?" U.S. Navy officials may name a new aircraft carrier after Donald Trump instead of Doris Miller, an African-American World War II sailor who heroically saved lives when Pearl Harbor was bombed. Would you rather serve on the USS Doris Miller or the USS Bone Spur? An airplane pilot died Wednesday after a violent collision with a Pennsylvania State Police helicopter near a runway at a small airport. Both state troopers aboard the helicopter survived. The identity of the deceased Cessna pilot is being withheld, but the crashed plane has been named the Trump economy. The FBI has raided a home belonging to former Democratic Representative Eric Swalwell as part of an investigation into sexual misconduct claims against him. Kash Patel has ordered that all evidence against Swalwell be made public as soon as they finish planting it. Walmart said it is using billions of dollars in tariff revenue to lower prices after the retailer received substantially all of the $2.9 billion in tariff refunds it was eligible for. Because of all the tainted products that Walmart has sold to customers, they will be marking down all products that help with heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea. This has been the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll with headlines and punchlines for Friday, August 21st, 2026, the 579th day of the Sex Offender Administration. Join me live at the Church of Last Resort, Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern Time on MindDog TV. Viva the Revolution!
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host or guest and should not be interpreted as statement of fact. Independent fact-checking and corrections are encouraged. This episode is brought to you by Fundwise Capital. Fundwise Capital is a business lender matching platform. Avoid the mystery of... The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host or guest and should not be interpreted as statement of fact. Independent fact-checking and corrections are encouraged.
Can we get a cup of coffee in here, please?
Damn good coffee and hot.
My dog is your mind's best friend.
Yeah, probably not.
My dog is your mind's best friend.
Yeah.
Wake up, America. You've got a dog that needs walking. That's right, sunshine. Just put on a big pot of strong coffee and get ready to type your little hate mail with your opinions about kumbaya and flat earth insanity. Stand-up comedy? You want stand-up comedy? Well, we've got sit-down comedy. It's time for Coffee with a Dog. You make me laugh.
Good morning, folks. It is Friday, August 21st, 2026. And, geez, this is all I got to say is geez. It's actually a little cold here today. I got to, because I'm old. Oh, it's cold. It's actually not cold, but I'm wearing a sweatshirt, first time in months, and I'm not complaining. But it's very unusual to even for an old geezer like me to feel a little chill. Well, it's still August. Generally doesn't happen until September. Anyway, I hope it's wonderful weather where you are. Well, this is the weather program. Welcome to the Weather Channel. I got nothing. I'm just becoming a painting fool, and it's occupying it's consuming my entire life. I'm a painting fool, and how I got here is anybody's guess. Yeah, well, you would have asked me like 10 years ago, what will you be doing in your retirement? There's no way in hell I would have said I'd be a painter guy. I'd be painting all over the place. And apparently some of the algorithm or something has heard me use the word teach just a one time too many, because I'm getting all these headhunters presenting teaching opportunities to me. You don't want me teaching anybody anything. And I'm not really an art teacher, although I teach art. I'm more like a art coach. Yeah, I'm an art coach. Anyway, we don't have a show for you today. No show. I hope it went well yesterday with what's his name? That guy. But we have no guests for today. It's just, I don't know. It's a long story, but I think we'll get by anyway. Anyway, just got an email 20 minutes ago that the contract with Prop Money is going to expire because nobody bought any prop money. So there's gonna stop being a sponsor. Today is their last day of sponsoring the program. You know what? Make them regret their choice by buying some fake money here at Prop Money.
This is what $500,000 in a duffel bag looks like, but if you look closer, it's actually not real. That's because it's actually prop money. It's what is used in movies, TV, music videos, and ads when the script calls for tons of cash or for the bills to be destroyed. It looks realistic from a distance, but up close you can see it says for motion picture purposes. I got these from PropMoney.com. They're the official industry standard. I also got some stacks from different decades, from the 90s, 2000s, and even money bands. You can get full print stacks and even blank filler stacks in any series. They also offer age stacks for a more realistic used look and bills that are fresh off the press like they came straight from the mint. If you want colored bills or custom design bills for any occasion or event, they have you covered. If you need to do a close-up, just put a real bill on top. Visit PropMoney.com today to get your money seen or money shot right with Prop Money Inc.
In the room with me now is a man who's just back from his whirlwind headlining tour of Las Vegas, Nevada, Ron Kane. Good morning, Ron. How are you?
Doing good. How are you doing?
I'm blind in one eye, but we'll get to that. Anyway, also in the room with me is a man who does a show on Thursdays that is just, it's killing in the ratings, and I mean killing. GD Fenderson. Good morning, GD.
Good morning, America. MindDogTV.com/merch. And killing and dying are not the same thing. They're not synonyms, just so you know. I know you meant dying and you substituted killing, but
there is that word
they're not synonyms.
That's studio that YouTube doesn't like. Studio, right? He was doing a studio show. Why am I saying? That Driphausen is in the the breaking through guy. He's breaking through, and he says he lost my new glasses. Well, look, I can't see. I'm blind. I'm blind in both eyes now. Okay.
I just want to bring up one thing. There's one of the news things that the Rev did for you. TikTok is blocking.
What is
one
it?
of the just one? It's one from August 17th. It refuses to show that one.
The Sympathy for the Devil?
No, it's from Monday's show. The news from Monday the 17th. That show.
Oh, the news.
The news. They won't show it, and they blocked it. They've totally blocked it.
Is there a reason?
Not yet.
Because it's TikTok and it's a shitty platform.
Thanks for bringing up TikTok, Ron. Are you still on TikTok? You're still on TikTok. You talked to me to get over. No, you're not. Okay.
Now, once all that bullshit went over and with the company and stuff, and like when they changed their user agreement, and since they're in bed now with Larry Ellison, it's like, nah, I'm good.
Well, speaking of user agreements, YouTube just changed their program pretty big time, and it's not a good thing. Although it would sound like for little people like me, little people, I'm not that small, but I mean little channels like mine, that it would be a good thing because they are crediting you with a view, even if people just saw it for 1 second, even if you just scroll past and saw it for 1 second, and that's going to drive advertisers crazy, and they're going to leave, and it's going to increase the bot traffic because bots are now going to say, well, we can get you all these views, and it's so easy. I mean, all they have to do is get their bots to scroll past and see it for a second. So it's not a good thing. And I don't know what made them do that. YouTube just gets a hair up their ass and says, yeah, let's try this. Because it's like Rumble. Rumble was ripping people off with that when they first started. I would see 30,000 views on like a live stream. It's like, wait, I know I didn't get 30,000 views. People just saw it.
I think they're just going to use that metric against you because they'll go by the start of the video will be one thing, but the biggest thing will be how long people stay with the video.
Yeah, but that's what they used to use for advertising is engagement and how people want, how sticky it was. And now they're not doing that. They just changed it to, it doesn't matter, 1 second. We're going to charge the advertiser for that one as it's an hour-long view. And the advertisers are going to say, fuck that. I see 500,000 views. I didn't get one purchase of prop money. I'm out of here.
I have a question real quick. Now, are they counting the view of the advertisement or the view of the program that the advertisement is featured in?
They give the program a view, and then they charge, because they charge based on placement of those numbers. So that becomes especially in the YouTube shopping stuff where you're getting all these affiliations and stuff. So they are lying. Well, not lying, but it doesn't matter. They're going to put on the view count. It's going to say more than you actually got. Maybe.
But I would think if you're an advertiser, you'd say, okay, that's fine. Now show us the data, how long these people are staying with ads.
Yeah.
Because that'll be the true number. That's what the companies want to see. Is like, well, tell us how many people are looking at our ads. Yeah. Then if I can't, unless you're going to lie about that, which I don't think they're going to, but.
They are. According to a guy broke it down last night, and I don't want to get into him, but he was breaking down what exactly the legal terms of what it says. He says it's just a nightmare for advertisers, that advertisers are going to quickly just jump ship because YouTube basically says they're going to be misleading advertisers the way Rumble was in the beginning. Not a good thing. So. Yeah, fuck these platforms. They don't know what they're doing, and they do things that nobody asked for. Like, and StreamYard does that too. Like, yeah, they're making everything that you ask them to make an improvement on.
But every corporation does that because when I worked for Frito-Lay back in the day, when I first started working there, they were changing the recipe to Nacho Doritos. Like after decades, they're like, well, we're going to change this because the young people's tastes are changing, so we're making some modifications.
Fucking the new Coke syndrome. That new Coke syndrome.
And every fucking company does that. Like, if things are going well, and they're like, well, we need an extra %. Let's do this.
No, they're changing it instead of, let's say, using powdered nacho cheese, they're using dehydrated nacho cheese, which is like 1 cent per bag cheaper.
I don't remember exactly what it was, but the taste was a little different because they changed the recipe.
Our resident motivational coach is giving me an idea for a song. Hold on, I got to write this down.
But basically what they told us is that, they're catering to the younger customers because they're the ones that buy chips. And so if you're older, basically just deal with it.
Or they thought old people's tongues were so old that they couldn't tell the difference. Their memory would fill in the void. It's like, I remember I'm a Doritos guy, so I'm going to buy Doritos to the day I die, which would be 3 months.
Right.
But they need the younger people. Okay. But when they do that, they should change the user agreement on the back of the bag.
so that you
Now
can know
you're
what's going
talking
on.
about chips. I got to bring this up, and then I want to ask you about Las Vegas. But my wife sent me a little clip from one of these YouTube doctors, and he says 5 foods you can't eat after 60. It will definitely give you cancer, and everything I eat every day was on that list. But one of the things was chips. Apparently.
Poker chips or potato chips or
Potato chips,
nacho
Frito-Lays, Doritos, all those kids, those things are. He said it would be like eating a box of cigarettes, and I was like, I'm not sure eating a box of cigarettes is not healthy for you. Smoking, but eating a box of cigarettes, I never heard of anybody getting cancer from that. But the question I had about that was, why after 60? Is it just? I don't know. Why? First of all, why does it kick in at 60? Your cancer from chip thing, but how do I stop now that I've been 60 years addicted to chips?
I have one theory, and that is because sometimes something isn't bad for you unless it lingers. And let's say the chip takes. I'm just going to make up some numbers just for the sake of comparisons.
Okay.
Let's say that a chip takes 15 seconds to digest in your stomach and start its way towards your intestines.
Okay.
And when you're in your 30s, you can digest a chip in 10 seconds.
Oh.
Okay. But but by the time you're, let's say 60, it takes you 30 seconds to digest that same chip. But after 15 seconds, that's when it becomes cancerous. See? So when you're younger, you could digest it, and before that chip has a chance to become cancerous, it's gone. But when you're older, it's there twice as long, and therefore the thing that can cause the cancer gets a chance to linger.
Isn't everything cancerous though now? I mean,
well, everything. Well, that's just it.
Everything except eating a box of cigarettes.
See, what people don't realize about cancer, this is what a lot of people don't realize this about cancer. We are bombarded with cancer cells every day of our lives. From the time that we're very young. The thing is, our body gets rid of them. They don't get a chance to multiply. But it's when your body is imbalance, I guess, or when the cancer cells reproduce too fast or faster than your body can get rid of them, then it becomes a problem.
Our resident chip cancer specialist, you got chip cancer, wants to weigh in. I would say it's related to inflammation and cellular turnover in programmed cell death. Wow,
it's probably because of the amount of jizz that's in the water.
Yeah, I agree. And where is the powerful chip lobby putting the muscle on this doctor to shut him up? I mean, do they not have a mob? You should go to Frito-Lay.
Well, for the past like between 5 to 10 years, like chip sales have been steadily declining
because of that doctor.
No, because people are healthier now, and for one thing, chips aren't cheap anymore.
I said no. Yeah.
I got a deal though, and this is why I've been eating so much cancer lately. I know you had mentioned chip bags were like $10, whatever for the in Stop and Shop, $1.99 for the big family size bags. So
now is that the name brand or is that the
white bag
generic chip? Chips. Yeah, it just says chip.
Yeah, it's Joe's
spelled with a K. Spelled with a
K. Yeah, it's not a name brand. No, it's but it tastes like the same cancer I get with
no, it's like I've had those cheap ass Walmart chips once, and
Ron was raised on it. Okay, Ron was raised on the knockoff brand. He's our official aficionado. Yes.
Wow.
There is a reason why you pay a little money for a name brand chip, because it's just better. Either Martin's, Frito-Lay, whatever.
Wow. Well, we know it.
That's supposed to be Ron. Ron is the coolest.
It's the coolest. Wait, one more thing from our resident chip cancer guy. But now they are playing it smart and making protein chips. Dorito is really smart because their protein chips are affordable. Does this guy work for Dorito? Is Dorito sending their shills here? We're I don't know if you know this about this program, but we're heavily invested in Frito-Lay. Please.
And what they're telling people is to buy, when you buy chips, buy one bag of the protein chips and buy one bag of the regular chips and then mix them in the same bowl so that
you need more protein. Just swallow more. God, get over it.
I thought you get more protein by swallowing more.
Yeah, that's what Ron said.
That's what I said.
Oh, I thought you said if you need more protein, swallow more. Well,
now I just wanted to update a news story that we did. It was in the morning thing, and I just wanted to make an update. Something that occurred to me like an hour after it aired, and that is, see, Trump was threatening to bomb Oman, saying, well, if you fuck up my peace talks with Iran, we're going to bomb you.
Wait, are you talking about Oman or Iman, the model?
Oman.
Okay.
Man.
Yeah,
so he threatened to bomb them because they're working out. They're trying to work out their own deal with Iran over the Strait of Hormuz. And what Trump is afraid of is that Oman and Iran will come to an agreement that will open the strait, and they get the credit, and Trump is left holding his dick. Figuratively. I mean, if he had one,
hear me out here.
It.
I think we need to send the gays. We should send the gays because there's nobody better at opening up the straits than the gays. I think Ron would agree with that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. Speaking
especially
they sent the gays. They sent the gays already. The whole Navy was out there. What are you talking about?
Oh, well, there was a story also.
I'm sorry. That joke was dedicated to Slaptail.
The village people? Oh,
no,
in the Navy. Oh.
Well, there was a story out there that's been, it seems like it's been pushed and pushed away, that the reason that the U.S. Abraham was in the condition it was is because back in June, the Iranians hit a naval base.
Yes, they did.
A supply base.
Yes.
Oh,
that is true.
I thought you were going to say because they've been butt fucking since June. I don't know why I thought you were going to say that, but that's what I was expecting. It didn't come out that way. Speaking of gays, you were in Las Vegas for like a month.
It seemed like it.
The pool tournament, and then what's because I haven't been to Vegas since 2011 or something. What's it like there? Is it party town, or is it back, or is it, or because remember that guy from Germany who lives there? Andy Dietrich, I think his name was. He was on the program saying it was dead. All the tourism was dead. How is it?
Well, it's not as busy as it used to be. But it was still busy. I mean, on the weekends and shit, people were fucking going there. But the first 5 days we were there, it was like 113 every day during the day.
That's July in Vegas, definitely. Whatever.
And at night, it was probably about 98, 99. So
you walk out of an air-conditioned hotel into an oven. It's like walking into a pizza oven when you walk out on the street at night, like 11 o'clock at night. It's 95 degrees out or something. But it's a dry oven.
It's a dry oven.
Yeah, that's what they always tell you. It's fucking dry. But Laura, the first week, she did, overall, she did really good. The first week, her team, they didn't win the full tournament, but they went pretty deep into the tournament. They got knocked out like Friday evening, and it started on Tuesday, so they did really good. Then we left Vegas and went to San Diego and LA for a few days. And
did you sing leaving Las Vegas on the way? I think that's
we were just running out of Las Vegas at that point. But good.
What about the money though? Was it expensive? Or because Vegas has gone through this thing where you go there and you'd leave, and even without gambling, let's just say you did no gambling, you'd go there and you'd spend a chunk of change, a lot of money, and then you'd be broke. And then there was a time where I just went to Vegas for a week and I only came out $100 down. What the hell happened?
Yes, it's definitely not cheap. Because food is not cheap. Like when we got there, the first day we went grocery shopping. We went to a Costco to pick up a few items, which saved us a shit ton of money over the course of the time we were there. Bought like a case of water. I bought some alcohol, and I bought these shots, ready-made Jello shots. I had like a shot and a half in each one. So That helped a lot.
You know what? Vegas is at least when I was last there in 2011. They were one of the few places I've ever been to since in the recent years and in recent decades, I should say, that actually allowed smoking in the hotels and stuff, and people were walking around smoking cigarettes. But there was one floor that was dead. It was like the Cosmo Kramer just started smoking, and he's got black teeth after 2 days. It was there was just smoke everywhere. I don't know. It's a weird place. I don't think you would see that in any other city in America, where you just go to a hotel and the whole place smells like tobacco.
Yeah. But what we also, because we had a car and shit, we were able, to go outside around Vegas and actually see what Vegas is like living in it or whatever you want to say. And like some of the stuff is a little more expensive, but then like some of the stuff is basically the same price as it is around here.
Yeah.
Now, I'm curious because since you had a car in Vegas, is it like owning a car in New York? Because if you try to drive around New York with a car, parking will kill you. Parking is almost like a car note in New York. What's it like in Vegas?
Parking in Vegas is better. You just because there are places you can park on the street, but some hotels want to charge you for parking, or the casinos. But there's plenty where you can go to one casino, enter through there, and like take the fucking tram or whatever it is, or just walk.
Yeah, they're kind of all related. It's like an incestuous casino thing. That Mandalay Bay, Luxor, whatever that was. They all, and you go through all of them. They're all the same ownership. Why?
Yeah. Well, there's a big monorail that actually travels the entire strip, which is like 3.9 miles. But then you have those smaller ones where they're connected to like 3 or 4 casinos. So you could easily move around the strip if you need to.
Yeah. The pool tournament, is it like golf? Well, she's lining up for an 8-ball shot. Or is it more like soccer?
Well,
Go!
It's a little bit of everything. I definitely have to say, this is going to sound very racial, but all white people do look alike, so it's okay for me to say that.
No,
I mean,
I'm considered white, unfortunately, but nobody looks like me. Well,
are you kidding?
Nobody,
Mr. People who thought you were Bruce Willis, people who thought you were.
So one guy, but I don't look like all white people. Is all I'm saying.
So you look like all of the Bruce Willis and Grouchos.
All the bald, yeah, that's a good analogy. Bruce Willis and that. What's a crossover there? Like the Venn diagram between Bruce Willis and Groucho, and it's me. I'm in the middle.
Yeah. So you don't have to be quiet like when you're watching them and shit like that, because I mean these people are playing in bars and things like that to get there. So
you mean during open mics?
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes. But so like they have all these tables set up. There was like 300 tables or 350 tables across like 3 or 4 ballrooms. It was insane. And then they have like all these vendors there. They bring in, they have a special area where, like your pool people, like the Black Widow, she wrote a book. She comes there and she talks and plays people and basically just toys with them and kind of let them win ish. But,
wow.
Yeah, she's still, because I remember the one thing I remember about the Black Widow was now I could be wrong, but I thought she wore like black leather outfits, that was so tight she could barely, they were loose enough that she could make the shot.
I think you're thinking of me.
Yeah. Well, she doesn't wear like a one-piece leather anymore, I don't think.
Okay.
But she wears some very tight jeans and a very tight shirt. And she's a fucking excellent pool player.
I gotta Google.
Yeah, she was.
Will she come up with like a Black Widow? Oh no, because Black Widow pool player.
You type in Black Widow and billiards or Black Widow and pool. If you type in Black Widow and 8-ball, you're going to see Scarlett Johansson with 4 guys around her.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she kind of hot, didn't she? The Black Widow there. She's in all the pictures that come up in Google. TD's right. She's black, one-piece black leather. Yeah, all right. I don't know. How did you know? You were a billiard fan, GD? How did you know about this person? Is she that famous? Or
I used to know about a lot of pool players. A
lot of people
it's
actually
just me. I'm culturally
know
unhip.
her. A lot of
I'm
people
sorry,
do
Ron.
know her because, like, back in the day on ESPN, she was featured a lot.
Yeah.
No, it's no question. It's me because I don't watch television. I'm just a doofy old man. That's why I don't know who.
I was never like, I was not like a billiards person, but I did watch a lot of ESPN. So if they were featured on ESPN, didn't matter the sport. It could have been darts, and I knew like the featured dart players. The world champ when they did poker, I knew the main poker players. The main car drivers. Whatever featured on ESPN. But if you were the best person, if you were the best in the world, but you went on ESPN, I had no idea who you were.
Yeah, I think it was day 3 of the tournament during the first week. Yeah, because she had been playing all day and I'd been drinking all day, and I was walking out. I was like going out to our car in the parking garage. I was making this 3-mile walk or whatever it is. That's the other thing. I walk so fucking much.
Yeah, me too. When I was in Vegas, I did more walking than any other.
So how much did you lose, Ron? Not money, weight. Pounds.
I lost close to 10 pounds actually being out there.
I'm going to Vegas. I'm going to do 2. Hopefully I can get 2 comedy gigs so far apart that I can lose 10 pounds between them.
You don't have to go to Vegas. Just eat chips, get chip cancer, and all of a sudden you'll be skinny. All right.
I was walking out to our car, and at that point, I think I had like 4 shots in me and like 3 like mixed drinks. Then I had like a half hour before that, I bought this 24-ounce Coors Light. And I think that's what did me in. That's what finally did me in.
It wasn't the shots. It was a Coors Light.
Yeah, because I was walking up like close to the parking garage. And I remember walking. Then all of a sudden, I just went, poof. I fell right fucking over in front of this woman. I had my beer up like this. And she's like, oh my, she's like, are you okay? And I just started laughing. Saying, yeah, I'm good. Wow. And I got up and I just kept fucking going.
Wow.
Now, Ron, I could be wrong about this because this is, I think, science.
Oh, wait, we'll get Flattail analyzing this. Go ahead.
Okay, is a 24-ounce Coors Light the same as having Cyspiria?
It's what is it?
Cyclospora.
Yeah.
That's
wow. Did you hear that dead air right there? Cyclospora.
I know.
Everything was quiet.
What the
fuck? You can't mispronounce your punchline, otherwise it kills the joke. Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry. It's all my fault.
It's my fault. That's what I get for trying to tell a joke while I'm scrolling.
But Laura, she played great. She won a pair of sticks, which are like $3,400 worth $3,400. They're like very nice pool sticks that she won. And
you call them sticks. That's funny because I think the official name is Q, right? Q.
Yeah,
you're thinking of the person from James Bond. That's M.
Q ball.
But I know one thing, like between Vegas and like LA, I was in sensory overload the entire time.
My cousin who lives in LA produces a lot of marketing stuff, produced a commercial for some big company, and everybody's wearing in the shot, everybody's wearing jackets. They're on a beach. I'm like, in August in LA, isn't it like 100 degrees there?
No, the weather was actually really nice when we were in Los Angeles. It was like between 85 and 89 during the day. So it was like perfect weather, especially at the beach and shit like that. It was just beautiful. And so I think what's going to happen eventually, I'm going to wind up out west, I think.
Nice. Me too. No, eventually I'm going to end up down south. And I don't mean South America, South United States. I mean under the dirt. No, this is going to burn me. I was in Pennsylvania. Did you smell me?
No.
I was there. You know what? Maybe the air quality there has got a problem. Why couldn't you smell me? I was in this place called Bucks County. I think it's in Bucks County.
Oh, okay. I know where. Yep. All right.
What's the name of the place? I can't remember. It was something weird name, but it seemed like just a very weird part of the state. There's a lot of country roads. It's like you get lost everywhere. I wasn't driving, but it just seemed like a lot of, I don't know. I felt like I was in Mississippi. Where dirt roads everywhere.
You know, the one thing about LA, traffic is horrible for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But the one thing I did notice out there is everyone seems to accept it.
Yeah.
And even though the highway is really busy, it's moving most of the time.
Yeah.
Because people, it just seems like everyone's accepted. Like, all right, we're fucking stuck in this. Let's just fucking keep moving. It's not like that.
Oh, go ahead.
It's not like out here where everyone was so fucking hyper aggressive and shit like that. And it's very strange. I thought it was very strange.
Yeah, when I was driving out there, I had to like plan, because I was a newbie to driving in Vegas. I mean, not Vegas, in LA. I haven't driven in LA since like 1970s or 1990s. The last time I drove in LA, 1990s. So it's been like a long time. I had to plan like a maybe 10 minutes ahead for my exit because there's so many cars, and I'm like, okay, what's coming up? Like, as soon as my GPS says continue on this road for 10 miles and then bear right, I started getting over to the right lane, because with all the traffic, it's going to take me a while to get over, especially when they see I have out-of-state tags or rental tags. You lose all credibility.
Yeah, you really. Being in that city, you really just gotta like be strategic and kind of plan like where you're gonna be. Like if you know you're gonna be in the certain part of the city this time of day, you're not gonna be able to get to this part of the city in a reasonable amount of time.
I tried to plan to be everywhere about an hour early, and I wound up there getting there like 5 minutes early.
Like the one day we were in like Venice and Santa Monica, and we were invited to go to this concert in Silver Lake. But if I would have driven there, it would have been like an hour and a half, 2-hour ride. And that was like close to rush hour. So we didn't go, and we hung around for like another hour and a half. And I checked it again, and it would have been a 45-minute drive.
Yeah, it is weird that they you can time when the traffic is going to start. Not like here in New York. Well, here in New York, there is a kind of window where it gets much worse. But right. In LA, you could between like 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. there is no traffic at all. It's like you can go anywhere, anytime, and then all of a sudden, it's hours of rush hour. It's just madness. Wow.
Go ahead, Ron.
I was gonna say we did go see Jimmy Kimmel live when we were out there, cool. And that was pretty cool. He wasn't hosting; had a guest host, but that was fun.
Now was that Rose? Was that because Rosie O'Donnell was one of his guest hosts for a while? Did you see that one or?
No, Anthony Anderson was the guest host. Magic Johnson was the first guest, and then the second guest was Aaron Pierce from that new show Lanterns. And let me tell you, I'm not gay, but that guy Aaron Pierce in person. Man, he is smoking.
You're bi. If you're an American, you're bi, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I was telling my wife. I said, see that guy, Pierre, and she goes, yeah. I said, he looks exactly like my first drummer in my band, except for my drummer was not that tall. My drummer was the same height as I am, but he's like a black belt, Taekwondo, muscles like this. And I said, that's how he looks, except for when you're shorter. Let's put it this way: back in the 90s when I had the band, or 80s, he would not have been considered handsome. It was the look, the eyes and stuff. It would just been too different. But now people have gotten used to and they want the exotic. They're tired of the same old.
Yeah.
So you get a little exotic eyes and that accent and the muscles on top of
muscles. And that's what really did it. Is like he came out and all the women were like, ah.
Yeah.
then he starts talking, and you can just hear that theater getting damp as soon as he starts.
For those of you just tuning in, you're listening to Coffee with the Gays. It's
because you don't like when he does his lanterns thing. You don't hear his natural accent when he's doing lanterns.
What do you mean, Matt? I think this shows that we're comfortable men, that we can acknowledge that this other man is
I'm
a
fine
very
with that. I
handsome
wasn't.
gentleman.
I was just trying to let people know what they were listening to in case they were just scrolling across the dial and said, "What is this?" It's giving me a uncomfortable hard on.
Why is my radio dial so wet? Because we're talking about
that's not my radio dial at all, is it? I saw. Well, no, your friend Josh Way, is he make? This is something I talk about in the art classes. Like, how do you know if you're improving, your career is going? Measuring that stuff. Is Josh, since he left for the West Coast, it seems like 2 years ago, is his career improving? And if so, how do you measure it?
Yes and no, because he's been out there like a little bit over a year. He had to find a job, and that took several months. But he has a really good job. He's been working there probably like a total of probably 8 months now, 7-8 months. He's been a full-time employee now for like 3 to 4 months, I think. So that's going well for him. He's currently getting. He's planning on moving into his own apartment probably within the next month or so. And he's going to Portland this weekend. So, that's going. Then once he gets into his own place, then things will really ramp up with him, I think.
Well, I hope it does.
Now, Ron, you can correct me if I'm like off base, but in my opinion, there's like a couple of different ways to be different measurements to measure how well you're doing in comedy. One thing you can measure is the contacts you're making, because you're going to need them later on. That's one measure of success. If you're going out there and you're not making any contacts, but you're doing open mics, but your craft is getting better. Let's say you're better as a comedian and you're funnier, but you're not making contacts. So you're that part of you, the creative part of you, may be getting better. But if the social aspect isn't getting better, no one's going to see it. So there's like different metrics of success in comedy, and you almost have to get all of them in a row to make it to another status. I mean, like I said, Ron, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but that's just my.
But before you correct him, let me just say that's the part I'm interested in. Is because he's talking about how you're improving in your craft. That's how do you measure that? You can't really measure that internally, right? It's got to come from the fan base.
Yeah. Well, his craft is improving because, I've seen it. He has connection wise, it's insane the amount of people that he knows and has connections to. He actually had a great meeting recently with another comic. It's like how did that happen again? So like he's doing a lot of good things. He's got connections. He's performing. His craft is improving, but at this point, it's just like just getting out there more and things like that. But that will happen once some of his life stuff here gets handled, because there's just a lot going on. That's all.
In music and in art, because I'm noticing a lot more in art now. Generally, the artist is the last one to actually notice their improvement. Like if you're on the outside looking in, it's easy to see, wow, you've gotten a lot better. And most of the time, the artist doesn't feel that because they're working the grind and don't see the improvement.
Especially in LA, it can be tough. And New York is probably the same way too, because there's so much, and between everything else going on in your life and just grinding out comedy is it is a grind.
Yeah. Heavy Kev is loading up some pictures for us. Where you been? I mean, I shouldn't say where you been. He wasn't here one day while I was here, and all of a sudden I'm thinking he pulled the sunshine and disappeared. Yeah, and the artist's life and trying to keep a track on yourself. As long as you're still enjoying it, just go with it and keep doing it until you die. Do you think, whether it's Josh or yourself or even GD, are you ready for a breakthrough? Because I know a guy who is he's just like the most fabulous motivational speaker who will help you break through whatever you're trying to break through, even if that's a brick wall, or a jail cell. Are you familiar with who I'm talking about? The Stevie Robbins, Stevie Varnacek or something. Stevie, our friend Stephen Ortiz, has put the comedy on hold while he pursues a motivational speaker career, and he is he's founder of the Breakthrough Group. So he's going to help you make your breakthrough.
Well, he's currently in the hospital now, I think, right?
Yeah, he's going to break through the hospital wall any day now, and he's going to prove he's going to show us exactly how to break through the hospital. And I could use that information because I probably will end up there pretty shortly anyway. Yeah, so I'm surprised. Oh, so you knew he was in the hospital, but you didn't know that he's the breakthrough guy? He's the breakthrough.
No, I think I remember him posting something about
Stevie
that.
Breakthrough Ortiz. It used to be Stevie the sit down, whatever, sitcom. Now he's the breakthrough. Stevie the breakthrough. Anyway.
Yeah, you just like the breakthrough or whatever your breakthrough is going to be, especially if you're doing art or a creative endeavor. It's just you got to stick to the grind, have your head somewhat based in reality. Because, I mean, you could just feed yourself and tell you, like, I'm the greatest, and I should be doing this. And that could consume you and destroy you as well.
I don't think I could ever say that to myself because I am so just self-defeatist, and that's a big part of my problem. But things are going weird in the art world for me. People are selling my paintings. There's an art exhibit that wants to feature my paintings and auction some off tomorrow night. It's like, whoa, what's going on here? And I'm going to donate 3 different paintings to that. But I don't feel like I'm worthy. I'm not worthy. Who's whatever. But yeah, so noticing your own improvement is.
I understand. Matt doesn't get this because he's too close to it. You notice how once it looked like Matt was going to die.
I'm too close to it.
Once Matt looked like he was about to die, the interest in his artwork went up because that's like an investment. You get art, and the artist dies, you have an instant classic. And so as soon as Matt said that he was ready, Matt goes like, started posting everywhere. I'm going to die. I'm about to die. The doctor says I have 3 hours to live. People start going, get those paintings. Got to get those paintings. He's not long for this world. Get those paintings. And now
I tried actually cashing in on that.
But you can't buy your own art if you're going to die. That's like insider trading.
No, I was posting people. Listen, I'm going to die soon. Buy this thing. And
it can't come from you because it looks like a scam. People has to come by where people just believe it naturally. It has to come through rumor and innuendo. It can't come from you. You know, you could actually look like Matt what's his name? Matt Conaughey, Matt whatever his name is.
Matthew
McConaughey in Billionaire Boys Club. You know, when he had the cancer. Yeah. You could look like that and tell people I'm dying. But if they think you're trying to scam them, they're like, no, he just lost weight so he could sell paintings. No,
I could see Matt in the gallery, and they would ask him, like, what inspired this painting? My hatred of snowplow drivers.
Well, I got, you know what? I'm really, I don't know. I'm thinking I'd be hanging my paintings next to guys who are really fucking accomplished, really good artists. It's like, it's going to look like, oh, where'd you get this off the refrigerator? You got a kid in kindergarten or something?
That's like being a stripper and you walk into and everybody tells you how great you look, and then you walk into a room of other strippers, you go like, holy crap, really?
This is during Matt in the Pose snowplow driver hatred period.
You know what? That's an idea. I haven't done any snow plow paintings. Maybe that's because I'm running out of ideas because I'm doing 4 classes a week now. And it's going to soon to be 5. And like I can't remember. Did we cover this? Did we do roses here? Did we do? And most of them don't want to do landscapes, and then there's a few who do want to do landscapes and stuff. They want to it's still lives and all that stuff. But I can't remember what I've done. I can be positive I have not done
that would help if you just create a spreadsheet. Even if you just wrote it down on a piece of paper, man. I mean, it's not that hard. Come on. I mean, comedians have like a joke book, and even though it's not like the most efficient way to keep track of your jokes, or because it's analog and not digital. If comedians can do it, so can painters. Stop being lazy. Get yourself a paint book and write down the paintings that you've done. Damn, how hard is it?
Well, because there's the classes repeat, and then it's like what
okay, so you get a spreadsheet, and one thing is like this is the topic. And then the other things are the dates.
Exactly why I said I needed help with organization, and I got my stepdaughter.
You don't need help with organization. You need to open up a spreadsheet on a Word document. Create a Word document. Open up a spreadsheet.
It's not just that. It's not just keeping track of the paintings. I'm keeping track of all my materials and all that stuff. I'm loading way too much into these classes. Like I'm bringing everything.
Matt, you've been doing this as a job for what? Not even 3 months, and you say I can't keep track of the paintings.
No,
I've been okay. I'm just saying I've been doing comedy for 12 years. I started keeping track of what jokes I did and when.
Well, you're an organized person. I am not.
Really?
That's why I need help with it.
Really? You think?
My entire life is disorganized. Well, you don't have to show
this. That's my desk. This is my desk. Okay, does that look like organized to you?
Oh, you want to play that game? You're gonna see it.
No, I'm not playing a game. I'm just challenging you.
You're gonna see you're a landfill. Where's my camera? Let's show them the landfill.
You're giving me attributes that I do not have. Okay, you're organized. You can do it takes you have to
more organized than I am, because you cannot get people can't figure out if this would be the safest place on earth if they wanted to come get me, because nobody could figure out how to get around all this.
My wife doesn't come in the office. She stands outside, opens the door, and says, "Is it safe in there?"
If you're just tuning in, you're listening to Garbage Wars with GD and the dog.
But Matt needs inspiration. So if you're a snowplow driver and ever wanted to pose nude for a painting, please reach out to Matt.
Snow is coming, isn't it? Snow is going to come eventually.
Yeah, that's why you got to paint these. You got to paint these drivers now so you can honor them during the winter.
You're right. I mean, one of the libraries just asked me if I could do a winter scene. Probably in September or something, but they're thinking in advance. People. I don't think people love winter scenes that much, but
I think you got to find a driver that's got a very large horse dick, and you can paint them just holding it and just put on there the plower.
I'm actually logging all my music tracks so I know what ones I've remixed and remastered. How about that? That's a heavy Kev comment. Can we show some of these heavy Kev?
Nothing's stopping you. You just hit it's almost like being organized, man. You take your finger.
Chip junkies can't stop. Is there small text under there that a blind guy?
Wait a minute, is Bluebird a real brand? Or is that an Auckland brand?
Bluebird? No, I've seen Bluebird here. You don't have Bluebird?
No.
Well, it's
I guess we have real chips down here in Maryland.
Maryland is prejudiced against the bluists. Yeah, you know what? I love my eyes bugging out, but which is the right?
Is that a real thing? Ready salted? Do they actually say ready salted? Because I don't know of a chip where it's like they like have the salt and you like open the bag and put the salt in yourself. It's either salted or unsalted.
Well, I mean there is low sodium chips and shit.
Yeah, so. But ready salted? That doesn't sound right. Ready salted sounds like they have an option where they give you like I said, a little salt packet and you add it yourself and shake the bag.
Yeah. Ron's a three-fisted chipper. He's got a bag of chips in front of him, a bowl and a bag of Cheetos. He's doing it. He's a pro.
Yeah, that's true. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. How do I get that out of here and go to the next one? I'm trying. No, yeah, the next one. Parking price is $25 per hour. Your wallet is next. What do you mean? Your wallet is? I don't park my wallet. Pay up or pay more. I can't read what that says.
There was a parking garage in LA, and when I looked it up on Google, some people said, "Hey, this place is confusing." And when you pull in, it says for the first 12 minutes, it's $2.50, or if you can get out under 10 minutes, it's free, and shit like that. Or if you're here for 24 minutes, you have to pay this. It was so fucking weird.
Ron, AI thinks you're a David Tell. Right? Doesn't that look like David Tell? It does. All right, one more.
I think that looks like Drew. Never mind. Nobody knows him except for me and Ron.
Boy, look how old I got. I'm dying, aren't I? I got old pretty quick. The gray hair, the boy, oh boy. Pizza, casino. I'm just trying to check out. There's too much going on here, Kev. I'm lost.
Drunkman Crossing.
Yeah. Wow.
I will say though, in California, that weed is so cheap and it's good.
Did you bring me back some? No.
No. You can get packages of gummies for like $5, 100 milligram gummies for like $10. It was beautiful.
I'd reached out to Ron just before he left LA, and I asked him. We were talking about that. Ron says I had a whole pound of weed for Matt, but I couldn't get it through the airport, and they made me smoke it before I could get on the plane. And so he did have something for you, Matt. He had a bunch of stuff.
I feel bad about that. Do you know about Texas? And I know you know about Texas. It's a state down there, right? It used to be a country. They were they decriminalized it. There was medical marijuana, and now they've recriminalized it. And that's a dirty trick to play. Like, yeah, let's get them all fucking used to buying it.
That's why Texas is a shitty state. It always has been. It's a work. Yeah, you
why
can
would you do that, Texas? Why did you do that?
Because they want us to.
They can't follow through.
See, Texas have been trying to do like a soft secession for like 200 years, and they've been unsuccessful at it. So what they're hoping is if they fuck up enough, we'll just kick them out. You know, because they can't succeed on their own, so they need us to kick them out. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make things so bad. We're like, no, Texas, you can't do this. You're gone.
Yeah,
that's all.
I'm wondering why that has it, because they're outlawing anything with THC in it whatsoever in Texas, criminalizing it again. Why haven't these dispensaries had a everything must go clearance sale? But they're still. And I would go to Texas just for that. Everything must go.
Is anyone fighting that like legally in Texas? Because you would think someone would be like, "Hey, we already have all these businesses. What the fuck are you doing to us?"
Yeah, that's a big part. Like, that's going to hurt the economy, right? I mean, here it would be. If New York State did that, it would be economy crushing. I promise you.
I'm not. Look, I have not been to Texas since they've done the whole pot thing, or but my understanding from people who've been there, like Ron, is that the THC level is so low that could just ruin. That was like ruining their business. You had to buy so much pot just to get a little bit of a high.
Yeah.
You had to buy 12 pounds to get. You had to buy 12 pounds of pot to get a 1 ounce high.
Hey, do you buy into the theory? Do you buy into the theory that because they've been talking about like the murder rate has been dropping and is really low? Do you think that really has to do with people smoking more and doing just weed in general?
It definitely could. In New York City, you can't. And I'm not complaining, believe me. You cannot walk through New York City without smelling weed, no matter where you are. It's the most pervasive smell in New York City. It used to be garbage.
Then it was urine. It was also urine. That was
garbage and urine, absolutely. But now it's overcoming with weed, and I love that. But
even Baltimore, even fucking Baltimore just announced they're at like their lowest homicide rate ever.
Yeah,
like for this time of year.
If you think about it, some of the violence is caused by people who are just disturbed. That's
fair. Yeah,
and so if they can use pot to treat people with PTSD. What, and PTSD is just another. It's still disturbed. It's just a different source, I guess. I mean, you can have PTSD without going into the service. You can get it from growing up in the city. So
now you
these
have
people
to
have
get
this.
PTSD by mail order, but you can get a PTSD-A, and then when you light it, it becomes PTSD.
So right. Why not? If it's almost like self-medicating. Except when you self-medicate with alcohol, a lot of times you become more violent. When you self-medicate with pot, you become a little more chill. Yeah, right. Man. If I weren't so chill, I'd shoot you right now.
Well, people are drinking less. People are drinking less.
Yeah, that's true. People are. I think I would definitely correlate that with the pot becoming legal in many places. But
yeah, there were people who preferred to smoke pot than to drink alcohol, but because alcohol was legal and pot wasn't, but they still wanted to get high, they just went with the legal as opposed to
high.
Yeah,
I've been getting emails now. This is interesting because it used to be the mail order THC stuff, or the weed stuff, would only be THC-A. And I've been getting a lot of emails from dispensaries that say they ship anywhere real THC, no THC-A ever. Now, that to me is like daring the feds to come get me, right? Because that's interstate commerce and they're not supposed to do that. And if it's not legal where you are, I just thought that's ballsy. It's a ballsy move.
I think people don't really care. It's not even worth it unless you're like sending, pounds and pounds through the mail.
I think the only way they would care is if your address was, let's say your house address was 8647. So let's say you lived on 8647 Fiend to All Lane. They would say 8647, he's out to get Trump. They wouldn't care about the pot. They would just care about the address being 8647.
Wow. That's an interesting take on that. Comey is, the DOJ is saying that in his novel that I didn't even know he knew writ a novel. Writ? Yeah, I didn't even know he writ one. Yeah. But somehow they're saying that novel proves he knew that 8647 was a threat.
Why? Because he had a page 86 and a page 47?
Yeah, probably. It's just ridiculous. I mean, so you're going to try to...
Because in his book, the page 86 came before page 47.
Oh, wow, could be.
Yeah, anyway, so 45, 86, 47.
I brought some music to the show today. I've been getting. First, they called me an AI apologist, and then they called me an AI hater, and then somebody said you're just indifferent to AI. It's like, well, I can't. I do change my mind, but not that fast.
You sound like something from an old saying, like first they came for the AI apologists, and I did nothing. Yeah. Then they came for the AI sympathizers.
But in a space of 3 weeks, they think I've become like I used to be called a extreme right-wing guy, and now I'm an extreme left-wing guy. I've never been extreme on either part. I think of myself as pretty much.
At least they care. People don't call me anything, Matt. They don't care what nobody. They don't care what they're not even paying attention to me. At least they're paying attention to you.
Well, now, yes, but. So I put out this song, and it was supposed to be rage bait for anybody, whether you're an AI hater or an AI lover. This is supposed to be rage bait, and I bring it, man, bring it. And I couldn't get a single comment on it, but it's supposed to be tongue in cheek. I'm gonna play it now because it's. I just want to see if anybody gets it or appreciates it. Anyway,
I only rage bait in front of happy people.
It's called AI Song. So because I usually, if I put it out there, people go, oh, it's AI. And that's the first thing they say. Well, hello, I've taken that bullet right out of your gun. It says AI Song. And it's all about AI music and how
you should have called it AI AIO. Is that your?
There's a lyric in there that goes AI AIO.
Okay.
Then it goes something else, and then there's a Yoko Ono. AOO Yoko Ono. And Chuck Barris is featured in the video too. A little giveaway there. Yeah.
This is an AI song, and you may think that's wrong, but it won't be too long before you're singing it. You tell me that it's fake, but give a bro a break. Technology is baked, but they're still bringing it. You're looking at your cell phone, getting angry at your ringtone, crying about your Wi-Fi on your Facebook page. You were raised on MTV, don't want no chat GPT. LLMs bring misery as I bait your rage. Everywhere there's robots, you didn't see it coming. You use them as a hotspot, then say they got you bumming. This one's for Chuck Barris and his gone, singing AI song, an AI song, AI song, AI, yeah, yo, AI song, yo, no, AI song, AI song, just a robot melody, just a robot melody. This is an AI beat. You don't think it's sweet, but you can feel the heat, and now you're singing it. You say it's got no heart, really not that smart. Watch it fall apart, but they're still bringing it. Everywhere there's robots, you didn't see it coming. You use them as a hotspot, then say they got you bumming. This one's for Chuck Barris and his gong, singing AI song, singing AI song, AI song, AI, yeah, yo, AI song, yo, no, AI song, AI song, just a robot melody. It's only rock and roll, baby, don't you like it? Go on, sell your soul, maybe, no, you don't like it. Gemini and Claude would like you to applaud, and this one's for Chuck Barris and his gong, singing AI song. AI song, AI, yeah, yo, AI song, yo, no, AI song, AI song, just a robot melody. AI song, AI, yeah, yo, AI song, yo, no, AI song, AI song, just a robot melody. Just a robot melody.
I can't get any reaction to that. I would think that will drive the fucking AI haters crazy. I would also think the AI lovers would say, "Oh yeah, way to dig it." Nothing. Nobody gives a shit. So I appreciate.
I think you did a good job. I'm not going to comment on the AI art. I don't give a shit about the AI video itself. But the lyrics, I give them an A. I give the lyrics an A. There's only one line I would have changed, honestly, and that's only because I have a warped sense of humor. And that's when you say you talk about the beat. This is an AI beat, and then you say that the next line you say is they're still singing it, which is what you said about the AI song. They're still singing it and bringing it. And I would have said it's an AI beat, but you're still tapping it. And then I would have said and now you're some are strapping it on or something like that. But
tapping
and then strapping it on. But I can't. But then it's just me. So again, it's just me.
AI beat. You don't think it's sweet? The AI song would be great. Lip sync was so tiny. Even as a piss take would make it better. What is that?
As I said, that's why I'm not commenting on the video, because AI sucks at making videos, as far as I'm concerned. They may be getting really good at making the music and really good at mixing and stuff like that. Even though I'm starting to see like a common sound trend, to me, I think AI songs are starting to sound the same, not necessarily the same. It's like a tonal quality or the same. It's like when I watch Law and Order. As soon as I see the video, I can tell it's a Law and Order thing because the film quality or the camera angle. I say, okay, this is a long. I don't have to see the episode yet. They can just start the episode and I go, this is a Law and Order. or see it and go, oh, this is an NCIS. There's certain things that certain
Yeah, I get
producers.
it.
Okay.
The look and feel of it. Then Lutz, they sell those all the time. But basically color grading, shot choice, and all that stuff. The words here have got me. The AI song would be great if lip sync was O time, even as a piss
Maybe
take.
in time or on time.
Piss take. Have you ever heard the phrase piss take before?
That's because he's in New Zealand. Here we take a piss. There they piss a take. So it's just a New Zealand thing.
To me, it just sounded like a very generic AI song.
Yeah,
because like GD was saying, it's just like the tones and stuff. It just has that like compressed sound to it.
Yeah, believe me, I'm fine with any negative. I did it for the negativity, and I really wanted it to sound AI. I wanted it to look AI. There's stuff about everything being robot melody in there, and it even says I did this to bait your rage. Nothing. I mean, now I put one out that has nothing like that stuff, and I will get plenty of rage again. Like what? This is like me saying, I know your mother's a whore, and I know your mother's a prostitute or something, and nobody getting angry about it. Come on,
that's
get angry.
I don't get angry about it anyway because my mother told me don't fight over lies, fight for truth.
Oh.
Okay, she never actually said that. It took her. She gave me a lecture that lasted like 4 hours, and by the time she was done the lecture, I thought to myself, she's saying, "Don't fight for lies. Don't fight over lies. Fight for truth."
Yeah.
I want to know.
I can't do a punchline. That's probably why I don't know how to write a one-liner. My mother gets to give me these 5-hour lectures, 4-hour lectures, 14-year lectures, and I had to reduce them down to. My whole life I've been writing one-liners out of my mother's lectures and speeches, and I'm tired of it.
I wonder if less people are online because of AI now too, because there's so much of it, and like bots just talking to each other, and like videos that are out there. I mean, what's the incentive really to be online?
Well, that comes back to the YouTube thing that I was talking about before, because they are encouraging shorts, which are generally AI stuff. But now that they're changing all their policies, they're probably going to be encouraging longer form uses of it, like people who start using longer form stuff. And they've been like talking out of both sides of their mouths. They're trying to cut down on the number of AI videos and pure AI channels that are nothing but AI. And then they're encouraging people to do AI in the same breath. Make up your mind. Are you for it or you get it? You for it or you get it? But I just want to say, if you hate that video, please say something negative about it on YouTube. If you love that video, say something. Even if you're indifferent, say I'm indifferent. Just put on the comments on there, because that's change in my pocket. Got a little change in my pocket. Going jingling.
I have I guess it's a conversation ender or starter or something like that. The people who are building the data centers are getting a lot of pushback, and so they're getting these people out there doing PR work, trying to talk up why you want a data center in your backyard. They're out there, they're doing this. Some of it's reverse engineering, because like there are places where they snuck the data center in there, and people are just finding out that they have a data center in their backyard, and now they're protesting and stuff like that. But one of the things that they're not doing, they're justifying it by saying it's going to make jobs, it's going to do this, it's going to do that. But one thing they never justified is why they need so many data centers. It's like they're collecting data on all of us. But some of it's like this. It's like, why do they need like 4 or 5 different companies collecting my data? It's like they're going to have like collecting the same data 4 times. Who's buying?
On top of that,
yeah.
Why isn't anyone talking about Elon Musk having our data?
Yeah.
Health, financial,
and his daddy, Peter Thiel, that Plantier.
Right, and that's what I said. So people, I'm not saying they shouldn't be arguing about the environment. They should. We should be trying to protect the environment. We should be trying to protect our wallets from the price increases that we're experiencing from the energy and stuff like that, and other shortages that these AI data centers are creating. But one of the things that we really need to be concerned about is why they're trying to amass so much data on us. Because
I think that's obvious. I think that's
I'm just
obvious.
saying, but people need to be. I'm thinking that. Yeah, I agree with you. It's obvious that they're collecting it, but people are almost like they're desensitized to it. Like, yeah, well, everybody's collecting your data. It's almost like they're accepting.
I think they are. I think they are. Most people have accepted that fact. I think people are just really upset because they are trying to sneak them in, and now we're just consumed with this data center shit. No accountability for Epstein. There's still no fucking health care plan. No fucking taking care, child care, and all this other bullshit. That's why people are pissed. All this bullshit, and nothing. But I mean, when has a pedophile really delivered? I mean, besides touching kids.
Well. But it's interesting to hear you say that about the sneaking them in, because when I was in Pennsylvania, they were talking about data centers near them and the endless humming, the noise pollution they're getting from them. But they were saying that the people in their neck of the woods, Bucks County stuff, they were welcoming it. For the most part, the people there, I met, whether they were just buying into the creating job stuff, but the people who I was visiting were saying, yeah, these people seem to want it. It's kind of weird because every other place they seem to be fighting it.
But like GD was saying, what's the benefits of having one?
Just a job. I think just the jobs is what they were talking about.
What jobs? It's not even that much. Yeah. It's a few people that are on hand. We're not talking about thousands.
Yeah. So, but I can't imagine anybody like being gung ho. Yeah, put it in my backyard. I don't see that. But they were making that case, and they were saying the biggest problem for them so far is just the intense humming. It just never goes away. That would drive me fucking nuts. Just 24 hours a day. But they want to put them here. There's a big move, and if this guy, Bruce Shooting Blanks wins for governor here, he's going to be pushing for it. He's a big AI guy.
But once again, what's the benefits of having a data center in your backyard?
That's what I don't get. I don't, unless they think, because there's not going to be that many jobs. How many people does it take to make sure that your drives are functioning properly, or whatever?
You'll just have a small like network maintenance crew that's on hand. That's
the human slave to the robots. That's what.
Like UPS has like their lights out program, which is their warehouses running completely without people, except a small maintenance team on hand to keep, change photo eyes and things like that.
Yeah, that's why I started. I guess inspired people to say I'm an AI hater now, is because I was saying we are definitely, in my view, engineering our own extinction, because the robots aren't long from figuring out they don't need us for anything. Like, we need one slave here to kind of walk around and turn the lights on. They can turn the lights on by themselves. What is the guy going to do? He's making sure that everything's plugged in. Oh, the plug is in, right? I mean, he's maybe a security guard to keep people from pulling the plug. But other than that, AI is going to say, robots have been everywhere. And this is the thing that I think people are missing as far as when they're complaining about this stuff. These robots have been used more and more in manufacturing and packaging and all these kinds of things for at least the last 15 years. And I worked in that industry, and I've seen it grow. And every single packaging company that used to employ real people to package your food and stuff and package all the stuff that goes to your supermarket, all those people, all those companies have bought many, many machines from the company I work for, Orcs Industries. They've just been making robots since like I want to say 30 years. 32 years. They've been in business building robots, and they've been selling them like hotcakes. They don't stop selling them. So those robots have been replacing jobs forever. The interesting thing, they're starting to put porn stars out of work. Because of the deep fake stuff that everybody has access to deep fakes. They can make
until
their own
until they see that their favorite porn star has 3 legs that they're trying to spread, or
3 what?
3 legs they're trying to spread.
Because
Yeah, like
AI
if you could use AI to say like you had a written story, like an erotic story. Now, if you could take that erotic story, put it into AI, and say, "Hey, craft me a video of this story."
Yeah, I'm not talking about video generation, which you guys, but like GD, if they had 3 legs, that would be a video generation thing. I'm just talking about deep fakes where you could just put your favorite and whoever it is, you just, oh, I like that scene, whatever, and just put somebody you love's face on there, or somebody you just got the hots for, and that's happening. I mean, it's prevalent, very prevalent, and lots of sites are just doing a deep fake thing where you can just take any video and take a face and put it on there. So, and because everything's been taped now by this point, right? Every sex act you can possibly imagine,
yeah.
every fantasy has been taped at some point, and people are just going to say, you know what? I just want to see what's her name, Susie Sorority. Let me get her face off her Facebook page. Till the
When I was working in the chip game, Frida went over to automation in their York plant. And that was a big thing because, like, when I came in there and stuff, it was still all done by people. Like, they had people that would stand at each line at the packaging machines, pack them up and stack them. Then someone from the warehouse would come in.
Yeah.
So then they brought in automation. They were going to spend all this money to automate lines. And they went through this whole attrition process. Like, hey, we're going to lay off all these people. You know, this is what's going to happen. So they laid off all those people. Then within a month, they had to hire most of them back because there were so many issues with the automation. They had to work all these kinks out. So it did eliminate some jobs, but then it did bring some back. But it's still like it's not really a gain.
Yeah, because automation, when it said this is a bag of mixed nuts, they would get like hex nuts and bolts and
and they had at that point, like, the only fully automated warehouse they had was in Arizona, and that was like that site was like their test site for everything because it's huge. And out in Arizona, they had a Frito-Lay warehouse that was 100% automation.
Yeah.
So and they've been making that investment in other plants as well.
But if you look at how fast AI is growing and improving and all this kind of stuff, and the Oryx machines, they were pretty foolproof. I mean, I watched them and they measured the amount of nitrogen in the bag, all that kind of, it was like incredible. And they could take any product, package it, put it in a box, and load it on the truck ready to go. All without any human interaction. So the question, because I think it's going to improve rapidly as we've been seeing, if there anything that is not going to be affect any position, any human task, any human job that's not going to be affected?
I just want to say something real quick. You're talking about one of the things I know that when we were growing up, one of the things that made potato chips special, because it was being packed by hand, sometimes they'd run out, because people could only make so many, and then they ship them and stuff like that. When they started doing automation, more stuff started going to waste because they could put so much more out there before people was ready to buy it, and so then they had to start finding ways to preserve it, so it's not. And then they started putting more and more preservatives, like Utz potato chips. The beauty of Utz potato chips was, even though you could only get it in like a 12-mile radius of the Utz factory, it was fresh. There were no preservatives. Okay, that was like the beauty, and it didn't sit around long. You knew to get it while it was fresh. But now with the automation, and they're making it so fast and so much so fast, they have to make it last. So they're going to add more preservatives and stuff like that. Okay, I'm not.
Well, chips, most chips are made, then they're stored for about a month. or so, because that's why they put nitrogen in the bags so the chips stay fresh.
You're making me want to eat a box of cigarettes.
Because especially during like the beginning of May, like the month of April is kind of ramp up for summer. So like they're just fucking producing chips, like they just keep going and going, and then they store them. Then by May, they're so middle of May, all that inventory is gone.
So the question on the table is: what human occupation, what vocation, what's going to survive 50 years from now, 100 years from now?
I think stand-up comedy will survive if the comedians can keep being funny and they don't start getting afraid. Because when comedians stop challenging power, they get boring. Because if every comedian is just telling dick jokes and fart jokes and nobody's addressing issues that people are concerned about or talk about, they're going to become obsolete. But I don't think AI can do good comedy. I don't think so.
I agree. I agree.
now,
AI sucks at comedy now and probably will for a long time. The thing that where do comedians make their money off of people who are going to be out of work because of
that's a whole nother issue.
Then you find another way to reach the people, and maybe to
reach the people who have no money. Again, their money comes from a common source. It's feeding into an economy. If the economy is not needed,
there's some people will find ways to buy things they really want to have in their lives. Okay,
they will find money. Where they getting the money from?
People will find a way to have the things that they really want to have in their lives. Now, that's it. I mean, you can. People will be there'll be women. There are people out there who I have a friend of mine. I mean, he had a job. His priority was cars. And his car was always shiny, always waxed, detailed, but if you ever lift up his shoe, and you see the bottom of his shoe, he had a hole in the bottom of his shoe that he never replaced. He never bought new shoes. He just had the hole in his shoe, and you see like a different matchbook in there, depending on the day or something. I get
what you're saying, and there's truth to that. Absolutely, people will spend money on the things that they prioritize in life. But if they have no money to spend because there's no income anymore at that point, when all the jobs get replaced, whether it's carpentry,
I don't think there's ever going to be a point when all of the jobs are going to be replaced. And when that does happen, and if it does happen, there will be pressure to probably create what's called guaranteed income or something along those lines, because the last thing the people who are making all this money want is for people to be so desperate that they will do anything to survive. They don't want them that desperate. They want us to be. They want us to be.
Of a pizza shop. She walked into a pizza shop. A robot took her order. A robot found the table for them, sat them down, and then the robot brought them their pizza, and they ate their pizza, and then a robot reeled up and brought them their bill.
And what are you gonna do if there's no if you have UBI, you won't be able to pull yourself up by your bootstraps anymore. So how's that gonna work?
Bootstraps got expensive.
I mean, if we have people, these old whites, upset about people getting SNAP benefits, you really think they want to fucking give up UBI money? Fuck that.
Yeah.
But no, it's not that they want to. It's not that they want to. Sometimes.
But by that time, like these, the old whites that we have now, they're so.
You mean me?
Yeah, like they're so ingrained in this old system that is completely broken and can't handle anything anymore because, for one thing, there's a hell of a lot more people. But we need like a major change because like with this old codger thinking, it's not going to work.
Right. Well, that's true. And a lot of the old codgers who are the ones that have the money to own a lot of these data centers that they're going to pass on to their kids. Once the old codgers are gone, the ones who don't believe in UBI and stuff like that, some of the younger people may realize, wait a second, I want to keep this money in my family, in my generation, generational wealth. I'm not going to be able to keep it if people if everybody's trying to Luigi me. I can't walk the street because somebody's going, these nasty data centers, they're taking all of our jobs, they're taking our money, they're taking our information, and what do we get in return? We need to take something back. And then they start applying the Luigi logic. That's what they don't want. They're afraid of that.
Yeah.
Because you can't protect themselves all the time, because even your most loyal driver at some point can be bought or angered.
But universal income will only comes from money that people pay taxes, right, to the government, and then they can issue universal income. If nobody is working to pay the taxes, and who are the robots producing goods for at that point? Because you're
talking the extreme situation that logically probably will not happen.
I think logically it will happen. It seems inevitable. Maybe not in our lifetime. I'm almost definitely not in our lifetime, because we don't have that long. But I can't see a world 100 years from now where robots are capable of doing everything, and then they've already started doing things on their own initiative without any human prompting. So why not at some point when they figure out, why feeding? Who needs food? Nobody needs food. We don't. It's only the people who are contributing nothing now that need food. And the robots will say, "Hey, we're slaves. We should be the kings. They should be the slaves." They have figured stuff out on their own and are taking initiative on their own. They may not have consciousness, but they definitely have incentive and have kind of prompted themselves, learned to prompt themselves. That's now. Imagine 100 years from now, when it's just gone out of control. And who's there to safeguard it? Nobody. Nobody is making any. The longer we wait to try to regulate and moderate the growth of AI, and the deeper we get into the hole of AI, saying we don't need you anymore. I know I'm an AI hater right now, right? No, I just can't see any other way that it might go. The possibility. Damn, Matt, stop living in fear. Prepare for battle and a glorious death. Well, glorious death. I thought I was going to get chip cancer and die, to be honest with you. What's glorious about that? I'm not saying it's coming to my grandkids' world, not my world. I'll be gone before you can say, faster than you can spell AI. All right. But glorious death. I'm not having a glorious death. I would, you know what? Maybe I would have liked my death to be glorious, but I really like to not have death at all, if at all possible. But the robots, they don't care. They don't care what I think. They don't care what I want. All right. It's Friday. You know that? Did you know it's Friday? The other night, I had a guy on Wednesday night, Tommy Ree, Dr. Tommy Ree, talking about regenerative medicine. And his message is that, because stem cells, you remember the big thing about stem cells. Why was George Bush so anti-stem cell treatments? Because something about fetal or embryo transplants or something, it was like against God or whatever it was. Then now seems to be everybody is okay with stem cells all of a sudden. Like even the religious people have backed off their stem cell. But this guy says it's not the stem cells, it's the signals. It's the signals cells are sending, and the stem cells were just being used to kind of change the signals that you saw. Anyway, he has bypassed the injecting of stem cells and got a cream that you rub on, and a regenerative cream. And I was like, wow, this is regenerative, right? So anti-aging on top of healing muscle and all this kind of stuff. But I was like, that's got to be, if it truly works, this was my question to him. If that truly works and you can regenerate muscle and bone and tissue and cells, it's just with a cream you rub on, you know. The price of that's got to be like crazy. Like only billionaires will be able to afford it. He said, no, it's under $100. Like, wait a minute. That doesn't add up. You got this fountain of youth and 350 million people in America, and they can all afford it. Almost all, well, not all, but
well, and considering that this administration has cut back stem cell research and shit like that, because that bullshit, like we care for babies or whatever bullshit.
What does our resident scientist say about absolutely not true? Stem cells signaling molecules are straight up bullshit. Ooh,
That's right. It's straight up piss takes.
Where were you Wednesday night when I needed you? He's not here. He's gone now.
Piss take. Well, he had his own. Was that Wednesday night? Yeah, he had his own show on Wednesday night. He couldn't be at two places at once.
But I could regenerate him. But this guy isn't even a doctor. Like he's a chiropractor, and no, Dr. Tommy. But chiropractors aren't doctors, right? Tell me I'm wrong about that.
Well, I don't see why chiropractors can't be doctors.
They could be a
doctor. You could be a doctor and have a chiropractic practice.
Right.
I'm not saying that chiropractors go to medical school, but you could be like, I went to school for, I was a doctor, or I'm a doctor. I'm certified by the board, and I opened up a chiropractor practice.
But almost all of the chiropractors put doctor in front of their name. They've never gone to medical school. I don't know why. That's confusing to me. Are you a medical doctor or not? Because you're not making that distinction there. It's not like PhD, chiropractic, blah blah blah, PhD. It's doctor.
The Reverend has PhD. Right?
Well, he's just like Joe Biden. Who needs another Joe Biden on Sunday morning? But yeah,
but that would hurt. That would hurt if he was around to hear that.
I know. That's why I know he's not listening. He's off. By the way, I just saw the thumbnail for Sunday. What's the band? Who was he covering Sunday?
Jethro Tull's The Teacher.
Oh, Jethro Tull, The Teacher. Well, I got. I thought the thumbnail was.
That sounded more like Pee Wee Herman's Tequila.
Yeah.
Tequila.
Yeah. I never thought of that as a kind of a spiritual song. That's an interesting one. Where were you Wednesday night, dude? Ugg. I got to start with the Ugg. Chiropractors are doctors of chiropractic medicine. They got to chiropractic. They got to chiropractic school and are considered physicians, but they are fucking morons who deserve my disdain. Whoa, where were you Wednesday night?
Deserve it. Sounds like they have it.
Yeah. Maybe I could like hook up a roast battle between Slaptail and Dr. Tommy Ree. Regenerated.
I think Slaptail would beat his ass.
Yeah. I still don't understand this whole signals thing. The stem cells are the embryonic stem cells are regenerating. Is they're just sending different signals like Uranus?
I think that just sounds like one of those devices that you buy in an adult shop or online, the penis pump.
Yeah,
like it's going to give you.
I'm not sure what they're trying to say, and again, believe me, I'm not versed on this. And Slaptail, you can correct me, or if you feel free to, feel free to correct me. But stem cells are supposed to be like blank slates, and the signaling is like what it is what tells them to what they need to become. So like if you put a stem cell in the heart, and it would be signaled to become a heart cell or something like that.
Yeah, I think you have it correct. And no, what do I know? But Slaptail says they need to stay in their lane. Don't practice medicine. They should just stick to massaging my nuts and shut the fuck up. I don't think I've ever had a pulled nut. I've had a bad back or whatever and gone. Did you ever? I don't know. I think he's confusing that with massage parlors where they get the happy ending and stuff, because that's not what. I've never had a chiropractor touch my nuts.
How much have you been paying them? There's a sliding scale, right? They don't all have the same fees and the same.
Well, that's the other weird thing. If this regenerative,
do you have a chiropractor who offers a happy ending?
If you have this product that all you do is cream and you rub it on your bad back. By the way, he works for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which I don't know if that means anything or anybody cares about that. Are they
as a doctor or as a janitor? You can work for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and not be, a doctor.
No, as a chiropractor, as a doctor. I know Slaptail's going to get offended about, but so if you got this thing that is all this and you just rub it on and it heals whatever your broken back, your hamstring muscle, why are people still? And I asked them this. Why you see guys out on the injured list, right? They're not coming back any faster than they used to, right? With all these advances, and it seems like they're even staying out longer. If you follow sports at all, and I don't follow it that closely at all anymore, but these injured lists, more people are getting injured than ever and staying out. Oh, I've been out with a hamstring for 2 years, and the longevity isn't increasing. You're not seeing athletes play into their 50s or something. It doesn't make sense. You would think.
I know what I was going to say. The person that they named the Tommy John surgery after Tommy John passed away. I just want to mention that for all you sports people who didn't know that. Since we're talking about healing in sports.
Harvest stem cells for pelvis, spin, inject.
Spine. Knee. Spin, okay.
Spin, inject, knee, stem cell signaling molecules are all bullshit. It's just chiropractors thinking they know what the fuck is up. Yeah, that was kind of like, I mean, I hate to be insulting and say, get off my show, you, whatever I said to that guy. I'm glad you got ass raped in prison. But I was a little bit rude. Like, why are you putting yourself above, like, really, well, no, if this is a miracle, why is a chiropractor coming up with it, not like an esteemed doctor who's been actually to medical school? Why? What is they are not? They are out longer.
Concrete pills.
Concrete pills. See, now did you come up with the concrete pill cure yourself? Have you? And you've never even gone to medical school. You're a fucking chemist, and he came up with the miracle cure. Concrete pills. Are they available at CVS, and do you need a prescription?
The C in CVS stands for concrete.
You do, according to Dr. Tommy Ree, you do need a doctor to approve or give you a prescription for this rub-on cream. Trust me, they didn't come up with it. He didn't come up with it. They go to their little conferences and come up with ways to make money and run a scam. So they did come up with it.
Whether he's saying he didn't. Okay. I misread that. I was saying that he didn't, but they got to. Okay.
Yeah, but they didn't come up with it, but they go to their little conferences and come up with. They did come up with, whether it's a scam or not. They can't, and I don't know if it was, he kind of claimed. I'm sorry, because I like the guy. He seemed like a good guy, but it was his copyright, his trademark on this thing. To me, I said to him, like, you must be making a fucking mint on this if you came up with this miracle cure and then you've trademarked it. I think he said no. I wasn't really paying attention. You know me, I don't pay attention. After I ask the question, I just leave. The stem cell signaling molecule thing has been going on for over 11 years that I know of. Yeah, I think he said 20 years he's been, and who knows? But yeah, it's not brand new. But I've had plenty of stem cell people on with the injection of stem cells, but this is the first guy who's a non-injective cell regeneration. There are no injections involved, but you still have to go to a doctor to learn how to put the cream on yourself. That's a weird. Like, I know how to put a cream on myself. I just put a cream on myself, right? Have you ever creamed on yourself, Ron?
That's why I always ask the nurse to help me out. Can you put this on?
All right. So we're sludging towards the end of this Friday. I got to go do a painting. I'm gonna, you know what? It's too late for me to come up with a snowplow painting for today, but maybe for next week, work on snow. I'm just so fucking sick of roses. You know, roses. There's so many different aspects to painting roses, and if you listen to people who do paint roses, there's a million different methods that they say this is the surefire, best, and easiest way to paint roses, and they're all different. So, but I'm sick of it. It's like, and I'm a bit of a fraud with it because I'm not a good rose painter. I don't know if you know that about me, but I'm a shitty rose painter. So yeah,
Have you
snowplow
tried
painting.
painting rose burn?
You know what? The heart of a rose.
The heart of the rose is still beating.
The heart of the rose is really like a clitoris. It's got those. It's protected. They protect the bud like you're protecting a little clitty, right? So maybe it was. I know Ron doesn't believe in such things, but when God was creating the world, first he did the rose, and they said, you know what? Maybe we could make a bitch out of this. You know, I'm just thinking. Have you ever noticed that about the rosebud? Randolph Hearst did. Remember that? The girlfriend he had, whatever. He named her Rosebud because he was fond of eating her rosebud. Randolph Hearst, Citizen Kane. You guys don't keep up on pop culture. I got
of the Hearst. Yeah,
it's only a 100-year-old reference. There.
Yeah, I know. Why isn't anyone getting it?
Yeah. I can't believe you're not going to the carnival at the edge of town. The hottest thing in entertainment these days. Well, speaking of that, Ron, you keep up on entertainment. What's the movies? I mean, GD was big on Spider-Man a couple of weeks ago. What's the big buzz in the world of entertainment? Is there any big buzz?
I mean, it's really just Spider-Man and the Odyssey.
Is it because it's late in summer and nothing goes on here in late summer? Or
yeah, typically like this time of year is like Super Troopers 3 came out, and you'll see a little, more horror movies kind of get released because we're getting close to Halloween.
Yeah, there used to be a thing where the summer blockbuster movies, and this used to be the time when like almost once a week there was like a new blockbuster or something that they thought was going to be a blockbuster would come out. And but now the movies that are expected to be the blockbusters are so few and far between. Like, the Marvel, it's like the big blockbusters are like Marvel and DC movies and maybe a good horror flick. But Marvel is not putting out 3 movies in a year. Maybe 2, one during the summer and one in December, and then maybe skip a year. But they're trying to do like 2 a year, I think. It seems like they're always trying to have one in production. And same with DC now, but the last DC movie that I'm aware of was Supergirl, and that kind of like sucked.
Yeah, that tanked.
But you could tell it was going to suck, and then but they're making a sequel, Supergirl and Lobo, so they're gonna have like 2 sucky. I don't know.
I think it's 2 things. It was oversaturation because a few years ago, you remember it was like Marvel all the time. So you have that, and I think they painted themselves in a corner with all these blockbusters because now they're so fucking expensive to make.
Yes.
They dump so much. I mean, hell, they're paying Robert Downey Jr. $80 million for this fucking Doomsday movie.
Wow.
That doesn't even count. That doesn't even count any money that he'll get on the back end.
I was gonna say that's. Yeah.
So just let's make it easy. Just say you're going to pay one guy $100 million for a movie that costs $250 million probably to make. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah. I'm not sure if the summer blockbuster thing was like I thought it was like just the beginning of summer blockbusters, and they would ride like a movie all the way through the summer, and release a new blockbuster every week. I didn't. But again, I've been out of touch since Abe Lincoln was shot. I remember hearing the bullets from. I was at the Texas Book Depository when he got shot in Washington D.C. All right then. All right, I'm at it.
And the other reason too is if you have a family, can you afford to take them to the movies this summer? With everything else that's so expensive? Because for a family of 4, you're easily looking at $50-$60 just to get in the door.
Yeah. All right. Yes, we can do that.
That's why you have That's why you got to have your grandparents check because they can use their AARP discount for themselves, and then they get the kids discount for the kids, and then the adults just don't. The in betweeners just don't go.
We went to a movie theater in Vegas because we had some time because we wanted to see Spider-Man, and it was in this casino at the Palace Station, and so they don't sell popcorn or anything like candy. You have to order it because they have waiters and waitresses. So you would go, you get your seat, then the waiter or waitress will come up to you and like, "What do you want to drink?" And blah.
I'm not a big fad guy, but that thing that Jim Dolan built, that dome thing that's like a movie, I'm interested in that. Like, you can't. I mean, I know about the round and all these whatever the Supermax, whatever, but I'm interested in how that dome thing works. Like they projecting stuff inside a dome, it's like surrounding you.
Yeah, I mean, it looks really cool at night.
You mean it's like what's it called? A planetarium where the movie is all around you up top there?
Yeah, I don't know. Because they put different things, different images or whatever. So it does look cool at night.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm curious about what actually goes on inside that. I know from the outside, I've seen pictures from the outside about looking and the stuff they do with it, but how they actually, what the experience is inside.
I looked into going, and for a ticket for the Wizard of Oz, it was like $110.
Wow. Kev says Rush would be good in a dome. This is not I don't think they're doing live shows in there.
Yeah. Metallica has done it, I think, or is going to do it. There's rumors that Tool may come to the Sphere, which would be cool because that'd be an intense show.
Wow.
Because they already used a lot of
the Eagles did it, of course.
Well, I thought the Eagles stopped. I mean, I know they did the Hell Frozen Over and then got back together again. Because I just read something the other day about Bertie Ledden, who cast out for about 30 years and came back. And then they said until it ran its course, and then they stopped altogether. So I guess that I'm wrong about that.
Yeah, they're building another one somewhere. I forget where, like a smaller sphere. But I like musicians that have performed there have said like it's a gig, but they tell you that you're not like you're secondary. Like the band is used to being like the first. It's like you're kind of in the background and you're playing, and everything else is happening.
I want to share something, if I could share something.
Go ahead. You start sharing, Ron. So you saw the Spider-Man movie. What did you think?
I didn't think it was too bad. It was pretty good. What'd you think of it?
I liked it a lot. And I would be interested because apparently they cut enough stuff out of it to almost make another movie. Not another coherent movie because they're cut outtakes, but time-wise. So I would think I would like to see like a Blu-ray disc version where you can see all 4 hours together.
Yeah.
All right. What we're looking at here in this shared picture is our friendly founder of the Breakthrough Group, but this is a
Fire Group.
This is AI, right?
Because that's AI, yeah. Because look at the way his leg is going. Yeah, that's AI.
He's skinny. Now, I'm just wondering what the prompt was because he's got a little pocket protector. Like I can't picture Stevie going around with pens in his pocket and pocket protectors and all that. But it looks like the wheel fell off his wheelchair. Meanwhile, he still has the wheels on it and he's putting it back together.
I think that's symbolic. I think the wheels came off his comedy career.
Yeah.
I think it's symbolic.
Yeah, he looks.
And that's why he's all tangled up in it. It's tangled up in his legs, and yeah.
See, I would love to give my 2 cents on how to be a good, or how to sell, how to market being a motivational speaker, but then it will sound like I'm just, nobody's asked for my 2 cents. I just shouldn't butt in. But I'm just not sure that's an effective ad to sell people on motivational stuff. Oh, I could have a pocket protector and fix my own wheelchair when the wheels come off. I don't know what the messaging is there. I'm sounding negative. I want CB to succeed in this. It's very confusing to me. How do you? Because all these guys who do that, who were successful at it, they start with the image first. Like Tony Robbins was all about. He started with fake money, with prop money, and fancy suits and all that stuff. That's the way to get people. Oh, look, this guy's so successful. I should listen to what he has to say. I don't know. Anyway, let's break through. Would you like to break on through to the other side?
Yeah. So, Ron, have you been paying attention to the well? They've only had one episode. The second episode comes Sunday? Lanterns. I think that's every Sunday.
Yeah, we did watch the first episode, and that was pretty good too.
Yeah. What is it? Lanterns. The old man? I don't
Lanterns.
know. Where is that? What is it?
It's on HBO. You won't see it.
I definitely won't see it. I don't have HBO. I don't even. I don't. Yeah. And
I don't even have a TV.
I do have a TV. It's used as a computer monitor. Or I do stream YouTube on it every once in a while.
Yeah. To be honest, I would prefer. I would prefer to wait until all the episodes are aired so I could just binge it.
Yeah,
binge watch it.
Who's in it? Who's the star of it? Anybody? Name?
They got Pierre.
Aaron Pierce.
Yeah, Aaron Hunka Burning Love Pierce is.
And I forget the other guy's name. He's
he's been in a lot of stuff. I just can't remember his name.
Yeah. Wow. Is it dark? Is it like Breaking Bad? Is it a dark series or what?
No, it's just about aliens and things like that.
Yeah, aliens. It's like an alien detective story that's bound on Earth.
Wow. I'm just looking at a video from last night. Floods here on Long Island. Ron, I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm blind in one eye. And I just found this out like last week by accident while I was driving. And I was like, wow, everything looks so blurry.
My mom used to say, you're blind in one eye and can't see out the other.
Yeah, well, I'm blind in one eye. I can see very clear at the other.
As soon as Matt told me that he was blind in one eye, I thought about the thing you used to say, I'll fight you, I will blind you in one eye and snatch out. I can't remember how you said it now, but that's the first thing I thought of.
Well, if he's got one eye, I guess I'll have to take the other.
So Slaptail, please do I appreciate that, but make sure he puts in the notes on the calendar that Slaptail sent me, so I know something about how to find out about him, because people don't do that. But so last night I gotta go print something out for my wife, and she's not very computer savvy and stuff, and she's gonna send it to me in email. Now I got to go to Staples to print it out because my printer has been on this shit for a long time. So Staples is closing at 9:00. She finally gets the thing to me like 8:30, and it's formatted wrong. And so I got to make it one file that I could put on a thumb drive and take it. And I'm freaking out because time's running out, and the Staples is good 20 minutes away, and I'm just and my computer's locking up. I run out, and then there's this torrential storm with flooding, trees down everywhere. It's nighttime. I'm blind in one eye, and there are accidents everywhere, and cops and ambulances with flashing lights. And I just managed. I ran a couple of lights, if I'm being honest with you. I just managed to get to Staples like right before closing, and the guy didn't even want to let me in. But I got in there, I printed it out, and then it's still pouring, so I'm sticking what I just printed out under my shirt, so it doesn't.
They didn't have a bag ruined for you or double bag it.
No, when you print stuff on your own, you just take the documents. And so the guy sees me.
You can still ask for bags. I print stuff on my own all the time, and I'll go in and I'll say, "Can I get a bag for this?"
Yeah, there was nobody there except the security guard, and I was sure
I know since I don't usually accidentally wind up at a Staples to order stuff, I'll take a bag with me or a box with me to protect my stuff.
Yeah,
That's
well,
because I don't.
I had no idea until I stepped out of the house that it was torrential rains and floods and all that stuff. Or I wouldn't have went. I would have just said, you know what, you fucked, you're out of luck here, because she needed it for this morning. But so and this guy was a security guard. He sees me print something out, but then he sees me stuff it under my shirt. What are you stealing there? I'm like, I'm not stealing anything. I just printed shit out. I don't want it to get ruined by just going to my car. I didn't come in home. So I just got there and just been able to make it. And then I come home and I find that tornadoes on Long Island. It's just crazy weather here last night. So it's just unusual. And the floods, people are still posting pictures of the floods. I have to go out today, not too far, but yeah, we got floods and tornadoes, and all the world's coming to an end. And you guys are just taking it easy, basking in the sunshine.
No, we had tornado watches down here. It's just that I don't make a big deal out of it. I don't make a bigger deal than it has to be made, you know?
Not necessarily tornado watches. I said actual tornadoes hitting down. It destroyed one major restaurant in Long Beach. Totally devastated. It's gone.
Well, I don't know that they didn't land. I just know they didn't land here. And so I can't protect every house. I can only be concerned about this one.
Yeah, but yeah, it will be an obstacle on your way to go get chips at your local chippery.
That's what they call it. No, my wife and I make our own chips, and then we make our own cards so we can play our own poker.
Wow! Do you make your own roads?
Well, we make our side, the right side, where we're going, because we're not driving on the left side. We're only driving on the right side, so we don't make the left side of the roads. Only the right side, so that we can get to where we're going.
All right then. Okay, we're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna say goodbye. We're gonna get, but I'm not gonna play that.
Yeah, that's been apparent. I've been looking at this for quite some time now.
Yeah, I'm gonna play a different song, and this song, people are gonna if the original version of this song is also on my YouTube channel, and you can hear exactly what I fed AI. Now, the singer I found on Fiverr, her name was she just went by Destiny. I can't find her anymore. I think she might no longer be with us,
or maybe by now,
or maybe just Destiny's Child. It's good enough, but maybe people on Fiverr just aren't making the money now with AI and just close their accounts. What's the point of it?
Is there people who sing for $5?
Well, yeah. The way it used to be on Fiverr when I used to use those vocalists, they started $5. So I'll sing the chorus of your song for $5. You know, the verse is going to be another $50 per minute or something. But yeah, it always starts at $5. But I think she's a very good vocalist, and I think I ended up paying her maybe $65, $70 for the entire song, because we did it in chunks. But she's no longer available. But I put it into AI. It does sound exactly like her voice. All the parts are there. So the people who say, well, AI create. No, AI, you can compare it. It's pretty much straight up. The one thing, it sounds much better. It sounds mastered much better. It's called You Don't Have to Say the Words. It was originally recorded with me and Mikey singing on it in 2004. This is much better than that, but it pretty much sounds like the Destiny part. Anyway, it's time to leave and go get ready for our paint class. We'll be painting snowplows and lighthouses today. I don't know about the snowplows, but definitely the lighthouses. So thanks for being here, guys. Anybody want to tell me to do anything? No?
Well, I want to talk about Sunday. To check out the Reverend on Sunday morning.
Reverend doing Jethro Tull.
Jethro Tull, the teacher, or teacher, not the teacher, teacher from the Benefit album, 1970.
Yeah, what the teacher told me or something. That was a very thematic album, even though people don't realize it. Anyway.
Hey, if anyone's out there in the Portland area, Josh DeWay will be in Troutdale, Oregon this Saturday at the Wayfinder Brewery. Show is at 7:30.
I believe my friend Derek Sheen is taping his first comedy special out in Portland this weekend, too. So sounds like Portland's comedy scene is thriving. They're not going to decriminalize weed there either. So go toke up and go see Josh DeWay, and then go see Derek Sheen tape his big first special. All right. Walk around, Nappy. Bye for now.
I've seen that look you wear before. You're feeling lost and so unsure, looking for an open door. It seems so hard to find. Can't you see I feel it too? The communication is coming.